Welcome back to Quirk Rants with Tamaki Yamajiki, Episode 2, Minoru Mineta. Let's start off with his hero name. Apparently he's known as the fresh-picked hero, Grape Juice. The name, a unique one. When I was reading the fandom wiki, his whole, hero name, hero costume, very based off of a grape theme. Because his hair looks like a bunch of grapes. I guess he must also like grapes as well. His quirk. Honestly, he doesn't have a bad quirk. I may not like him as a character. I don't like his parviness. He's kind of creepy to me. Don't personally like him. Although I do appreciate people who cosplay him. They make him likable, and I don't know how to feel about that. But I like the cosplayers who cosplay Mineta. No, his costume. The mask is interesting. I'm not sure why he has the mask. It's interesting because it would have to go around his hair. It blends in with his hair because it's the same color. But it's interesting because it has to expose the sticky balls. Pants of his costume. Very interesting. When I looked it up, it said his pants were kind of designed to be like a grape kind of style like his hair. But overall, the pants stuck out and they're also kind of sticky like his hair because they're meant for him to be able to carry small objects on him, which that makes sense. But also, because he's so small, the pants make him look like a diaper baby. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the design of the pants. But their function makes sense when I looked it up. I kind of wish I knew that function before, or that the show had showed those pants function at all. Can't read this. See, I wrote down so much about his costume because of looking it up, and instead of writing it in the thin blue expo marker, I wrote it in the used, thicker black expo marker, small writing, so I can't read it. His gloves are interesting, because obviously the gloves are special because he can grab the balls off his head without them sticking to his gloves. Apparently that's because just the palms, but the palms of the gloves have stuff on them from... It's a special substance, apparently, that exudes from Mineta's scalp, which sounds really weird, but at the same time makes sense. Has to be kind of from him because the only thing the balls don't stick to is himself. On to talking about Mineta's quirk. Description of his quirk was basically 4 sticky balls shaped kind of in the form of a mohawk where his hair should be, which poses a couple questions for me. Besides the sticky balls, obviously there's more to his hair, because he has a whole hairline. It's just very short except for the balls. Is that hair? Or is it the same substance as whatever the sticky balls are? So it kind of looks like a shaved head, but it's just stickiness? Which poses the question, is it sticky? The rest of his head, is it sticky? How does Mineta sleep if his head's all sticky? Does he commonly have things stick to his head? How does he wash his head? How does he wash the balls on his head? Or when they get dirty from stuff sticking to them, does he just pop them off? Please, somebody answer these if you have answers for this. His head is sticky, right? The balls are sticky. Does he ever bump into things at the top of his head and accidentally pop the balls off? Of course, he mentions that they stop sticking after a while. They can stick up to a day. What happens when they stop sticking? Do they degrade? Are they biodegradable balls? Do they just degrade on their own? Or are they just like bouncy balls there that are no longer sticky? Also, if that's like the main part of where his hair should be, the rest of the hair on his body, I assume it's just regular hair? Or does he have hair on the rest of his body? Does he have hair at all? Is what I'm asking. And if he does, I assume it's just regular hair, not sticky at all. I'll admit that his quirk is somewhat cool because the balls instantly grow back and because they can stick to literally anything. Although, one of the things I don't like about Mineta is obviously his perviness, but his motivation to become a hero is for popularity. I don't honestly find that very admirable, I guess. It's an understandable motivation, but not a very heroic motivation. If he becomes an alright hero, that's okay. Motivation is his motivation. But if and when he becomes a pro hero, I see him more as a sidekick. I honestly can't really see him as becoming like a solo hero. He'd likely just stay as a sidekick to somebody. Apparently he like scored 9th like on the test because he's pretty smart that I don't really think about it much. He is surprisingly smart, especially when it comes to doing things in a team. Like he was smart teaming up with Shoji and Asui because like they could both hide in Shoji's duple arms. Like their headbands would be protected and Mineta could throw sticky balls, stick other competitors, and then Asui could use your tongue to snatch their headbands, which is pretty smart. He's not bad with his strategy. Like fighting with Sarah against Midnight, knew about her sadistic side, so he was able to exploit that. Special move Great Rush and stick her to the ground and get the finish for him and Sarah. And I guess that's all I have to say. That was shorter than the last one. For sure. I mean, I won't exactly know until I cut it all out. The last one I was recording for 30 minutes, this one I'm recording for only 20 minutes. But this has been Quirk Rants with Tamaki Yamajiki. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for listening to my rant. Like if you like this freaking video. So comment if you've got something to say, or you can answer any of my questions. Maybe even share, or just like talk about your friends about these quirks, because I like talking to my friends about these quirks. Talking about quirks in general is cool. That's why I'm doing this series. It's fun. Subscribe if you want to see more of this series, or just more of my cosplay videos. And you all have a good day.